Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to explain how you can solve logarithmic equations whose arguments are quadratic. In the previous videos, I've explained the relationship between logarithm and indices, and I said that when you have your log n base a equals x, this your logarithmic equation, you can obtain your initial equation from it, so which is same thing as n equals to a raised power s. So likewise from here, you can also obtain your logarithmic equation, which is also the same thing as log n base a equals x. So, but what of the situation whereby your argument here is quadratic? Remember I said when you have something of this nature, I said this is your what? Your s is known as the power. Because when you say the logarithm of a number, it means the power to which a base is going to raise a in this case to give you what? To give you that number back. You understand now? Your n is your argument. So your a is what? Is the base. So when your argument is now quadratic, so that is when you have it in form of this as square plus bs plus c. How are you going to solve this? So let me give you an example to explain what I'm trying to say. Example number 1, simplify log x squared minus 2x plus 5 base 2 is equal to 2. This is not difficult to do. We already know how to solve it. So just follow your principle. Remember, this is a logarithmic equation. First thing to do is to convert it back to indicial equation. So because that's the relationship between the indices and logarithm, then if you convert this is going to give me x squared minus 2x plus 5 is equal to 2 raised power 2. And that will give you x squared minus 2x plus 5 is equal to 4. You understand now? Then you can collect the like times by bringing this guy inside. Then I'm going to have minus 2x plus 5 minus 4 equals 0. Then that will give you x squared minus 2s plus 1 equals 0. You now have a quadratic equation. And don't forget, in the first video, when we were doing indicial equation, I explained how you can solve quadratic equation by factor method, using factor method. Then I'm going to cover it when we get to quadratic equation. So the simplest way you can do it is to what? Write the coefficient of each of these term. The coefficient of s square is a, which is your 1. The coefficient of x is minus 2 and your constant is 1. I told you then that you are now going to multiply a and c together. That is ac, 1, right? Then you are now going to think of any pair. For each of a number, we have two pairs such a way that when you multiply the two factors together, you are going to get a number. So you now think of which pairs, that contains the factors of 1 such that when you multiply it together, you are going to have 1, and when you add it, you are going to have what? Minus 2. You can see it is what? Minus 1, minus 1. You understand now? Minus 1 times minus 1 will give me 1. Then minus 1 minus 1 will give me minus 2. Then you now replace it here. Just put x and x. Then I'm going to have x squared minus x, because x times minus 1 is minus x plus 1 is equal to 0. Then you group them. What do you have in common here? X is common. Then you have x minus 1. What do you have in common here? That's minus 1. Then s is remaining here, minus 1 equal to 0. You will observe that x minus 1 is also common. If you factor it out, then you are going to have x left here, minus 1 here equals 0. So if the product of two numbers is 0, then either one of the numbers, if the product of two numbers is 0, either one of the number is what? Is 0. So then you can say either s minus 1 equals 0 or s minus 1 equals 0. Then your s is equal to 1 or s is equal to 1. It means your s is equal to 1 twice. You can see it is not difficult to do. Let me give you another example. Find x if log x square plus 15 base 4 is equal to 3. That's not difficult to do. Remember what I said? Solution. You know I have log x square plus 15 base 4 equals 3. You understand? This a logarithmic equation, you can convert it back to indicial form. Indicial equation that will give you x square plus 15 everything is equal to 4 raised by 3. According to this principle, when you have your log n base a equals x, don't forget n is equal to a raised by s. So x square plus 15 will now give me what? 64, because 4 raised by 3 is equal to 64. Then you can collect the like times. So then your x square is going to 64 minus 15. So then your x square will be what? What is 64 minus 15? I think that is 49. So x square is equal to 49. If you take the square root of both sides, you understand now? So then this is going to give me x plus or minus what? 49. Do you know how we obtain that? If you don't want to stress yourself, you can just stick it in this, rhyme that what is the number you are going to square to give you 49? It is not 7 alone. It is also, you can have minus 7, because minus 7 times minus 7 is going to give you 49. You know, I explained when we were, when I was explaining indices. You understand now? And another reason is that when you have equation of degree 2, then you are going to have two roots. That's one of the principle in quadratic principle of polynomial. That is, when you have equation of degree n, then you are going to have n roots. This is going to give me plus or minus 7. Therefore, your a is equal to 7 or a is equal to minus 7. So if we understand that, let me still give you another example, and I want us to do this together. Example 3, simplify log x squared minus 5x plus 50 base 10 is equal to 2. It is not difficult to do. Following the same approach, changing this back to indicial form, I'm going to have x squared minus 5x plus 50 is equal to 10 squared. Indicial equation. You are going to have x squared minus 5x plus 50 is equal to 100. Then you can bring this guy inside. Then you have minus 100 is equal to 0. X squared minus 5x minus 50 is equal to 0. You understand now? So then, this is now you have a quadratic equation. How are you going to solve it? It is simple. I have explained before. Just write the coefficient of each of the term. A here is 1, your B is minus 5, and C is minus 50. Then I said you are going to multiply A and C together. 1 times minus 50 will give you minus 50. Then I said you are going to think of which pair of factors of 50 is such that when you multiply it together, you are going to get minus 50, and when you add, you are going to have minus 5. That is what? 10 and 5. But it is not ordinary 10 and 5. You can put what? I think this is minus 5 and minus 10 and 5. Because minus 10 times 5 is going to give you minus 50. Likewise, minus 10 plus 5 is going to give you what? Minus 5. Then you just put x here and substitute with the value of minus x here. Then you are going to have this going to graduate or give you x squared minus 10x plus 5x minus 50 is equal to 0. You group them together. Then you have your s in common, s minus 10 plus 5 is also common, s minus 10 is equal to 0. You have s minus 10 in common. What do you have left? X plus 5 is equal to 0. And don't forget, when the product of two numbers is equal to 0, then either one of the number is 0, then you can say either s minus 10 is equal to 0 or s plus 5 is equal to 0. Then your n is equal to 10 is equal to -5. That's simple, and this is how you can solve a quadratic equation, a logarithmic equation involving a quadratic argument. So if you understand this, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and invite your friend to do so. I will see you in the next video. Thank you.